Doug here, Ellis Car Customs, where we ask you to please keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Working on the tailgate opening. Obviously you can see in the background I've got the tailgate stuck in there. We're not finished welding on that by any means, but what I'm trying to do is use the tailgate as a gauge to finalize that opening so I can start tacking things together and know that when the tailgate does go up in there that it's going to fit. So I'll give you an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish here. As I said, I have no guide to go by as far as what I'm supposed to be doing, so I'm sort of making it up as I go. But what I'm doing is I'm just spot welding the gate to hold the sides where I want them to be. Then I'm gonna go in up under here, since I don't have the floor in yet. I'm gonna go up in here. It's kind of dark, I know, but I'm going to line up things on the inside to be able to tack it to where it needs to be, so that when I pull the tailgate out it'll hold that same shape, and I know the tailgate will go back in where it belongs. Then I can kind of finalize the welding there and locate where the hinges have to be installed on the bottom of the tailgate that I'm building, so that they'll line up with these hinge captures on both sides. I've got them centered in the holes there on both sides, so I know once I attach a hinge, or make a plate on the bottom there so that the hinge can bolt to both ends, I'll be in the ballpark. So I figured I'd show you what I was up to there. It might be crazy, but we're gonna figure it out. I'll do a little bit of work and I'll bring you back and show you how it's going. So here we've got everything located where it needs to be. So I pulled the piece out. Like I said, I just spot welded it to hold it in place where it needed to be. So now that I have it out, I can finish weld it. And you can't put too much weld on this because this is a structural piece, so I'll definitely weld the crap out of this one. And once it's welded, before I try to put it back in, I'll give her a coat of paint in the spots that'll be hard to reach once it's in there. I mean, I'll have to leave some of it because there's some welding to do. Maybe I won't paint it first. I should be able to get up inside there and paint it, I think. But I just want to make sure it gets good and coated, because I don't want anything happening to it. And I don't have these pieces here. There's two pieces that go down to the tail panel. And let's see, try to line this up somewhere like where it is. But yeah, I'm gonna make up a couple of these pieces because they weld to this bottom lip, somewhere in the vicinity of there, and they go down to the tail panel and they help support the bottom of it. So all they are is a glorified bracket, so I can whistle up a piece of metal and bend it in both ends to replicate this thing, and that'll have to be welded onto the bottom. So we'll do some welding and I'll show you how it turns out. Well, you might find it hard to believe, but we got more gas and we ran out of wire. Anyway, I mean, when I started this project, this wasn't a brand new roll, and probably maybe I don't know, 2/3 of a roll or better. So this is an 11-pound roll, so I've probably put 7 or 8 pounds of welding rod into this project. But I pretty much got these welded up. Nice, you know, when you got your nice wire, you can get a prettier weld. Then you, the only wire I had some of that I put in there to kind of finish this up was flux cord. And a flux cord wire, I mean, it welds just fine, but it's not as pretty, you know. You get a lot of spatter from it, and you know, I hate flux cord. So, but at least I got this all buckled together here. So that's a bonus. But I'm going to do some figuring on some other braces I need to fabricate. I'll stick this thing in there, and because there's a floor brace that goes to this new floor pan that we're going to put in, you know, along this back side, and I'm going to make my own brace, and that brace will also serve as a mounting point for the gas tank, because this is the back, this is facing the back side, you know, towards the tailgate, and this is the front side towards the windshield end of the car. And I'm going to get the shock relocator that mounts to the frame instead of using these pockets that come with this floor pan, because it'll just be a lot sturdier. So what I'll do, you know, on the top side of this is I'll probably make a plate and close those pockets right up, because I'm not going to use them. But believe it or not, the Nomads right from the factory had the steel floor like that, and then they had plywood floor that went in on top of that steel floor, and then it had like a piano hinge kind of thing for the spare tire that we're not gonna be running that spare tire well. But yeah, so once I get the floor in there, I actually have to do some woodworking, because I'll have to get me a sheet of good plywood, you know, not the cheap stuff, but good plywood, and cut it to fit in there after I fab up the wheel wells that we'll have to join to the back where the gate is. But I'm going to work on some braces and have them ready to weld. Tomorrow I'll go pick up some real welding wire and get back to welding. But I'll see if I can whistle something else up before I call it a day. So we've got our piece bolted in there on the mounts for now. And I've been doing some figuring over here. I threw that floor pan in there to see how things were gonna line up, and so far we're looking good. You can see how you got that, just that little gap there in the wheel well that is the difference between the hardtop wheel wells and the Nomad ones that come all the way down to the pan. But what I figure I'll do is I'll work on getting this floor situated and locked in, and so that it's lined up along the front here and lined up with the back. So that'll also stiffen everything up and help me to kind of make that tailgate opening the way it's supposed to be, you know, hold it in place. Because right now, you know, without that floor in there, you still have, you know, some flex there. So that floor will help square up that opening. And I mean, you can see right here, I didn't tack the bottom of that. See how the gate is riding over that a little bit, because this piece here actually has to be pushed out, but there's nothing to hold it out and in place without the floor being there to help, you know, tack it to. This piece here actually has to push back a little bit. You see how that's kind of bulged out. It needs to push back a little bit and have the floor to hold it back where it's supposed to be, because it's kind of sprung right now because there's nothing holding it in place. Same with this. I mean, this piece here is all rotten. It's going to have to be replaced. But having that floor in there will help square up that opening and cinch it in place so that we can actually start back on the tailgate, because I can see where the hinges are. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark in there, but I left the bottom plate that I put in there. I knew I would have to put an angle on it somewhat to bring it down to the same angle as where the hinges lock to that brace. So, but I don't want to do that until everything is all cinched in where it can't move, because if I try to line it up now and then cinch things up later and it moves, then I'll end up having to undo a bunch of stuff. And like I said, there's no road map for doing this, because nobody's done it. So I'm working on it. But anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for following along in another episode of Fighting in Futility with occasional victories. And I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing and commenting and suggesting, and everybody's been so kind, so I appreciate it. So with that, I'll let you go for this episode, and tune in next time, same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, take care.